Hello and welcome to part 114 of the Game Engine Coding live stream. This is part 45 of the GUI and we are still doing menu systems. So we're gonna look at, close this down. This was for something I was working on with Root earlier, the member of the Discord group and Sonar community, and basically a new live stream that I started. So I'm gonna try and do more of these. We'll be doing one tomorrow where I'm just on there. I'll probably just be doing some admin work that I need to get done, but I'll just be helping out. So come, ask any questions that you have. Free coding help, free, emulate help, whatever it is, finance help, whatever. And yeah, I was just helping him with this. We didn't solve it, but we're gonna continue tomorrow if he has not solved it yet. So where's the recently closed ones? There we go. I want to open that up. Okay, so I'm going to do keyboard support. I know I've done stuff like this before. This is mainly for buttons more than anything, but I know I've done stuff like this. I have. If we go to, actually no. Please go here. I did it here. I literally created a video for it. Ooh, that was a fair bit of time ago, just after I finished uni. That when I started the series, I believe while I was at uni. Feel like I did. Source code link. Dynamic menu, yes. Obviously, a lot has changed now since. Ooh, that was a little suggestion that might actually go somewhere. Discord on somewhere. The menu class and the main. Where's the main? Okay, so we use an array, but we can do better than that. Move up, move down. I mean, this is a pretty rudimentary thing, what we've got right here. But it works. It will work this well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new type of sub-menu, kind of like a group, because you got radio button group. We could have like a button group. Yeah, button group. I'll call it that. I've got radio button group. I'll call it button group. Good idea. Code include engine graphics. I mean, don't really know exactly what's going to be in here, so I'll just grab hold of this. Button group. Now I've got to do the same for the source file. Okay, so get rid of radio button, label. Button group. I mean, first of all, let's just what I'll do is actually rename. It does have an amazing system for renaming stuff. Button group, and don't want it there. Don't want it changed there. All there. All there. Okay. So rename. That's that done. That's fine, that should fix those errors. Okay. Get size, get number of buttons. I mean, I'll be doing something similar to this. Set theme. Yeah, we'll be doing a set theme. A fair bit of this can be ripped off. Okay, so updating it. So we don't need to do the selection stuff anymore. Don't think we need any of this anymore. So get the size, push back button. Okay, so I forget to ask you what do you use for GUI? I'm creating my own GUI. So obviously SMI is powering it underneath, so that allows us to draw stuff like squares, circles and whatnot, but then we're building a GUI system on top of it. Okay, so we got this button group. Currently doesn't really do much. Let's have a look what we got in terms of the code on here. So we got draw, that's fine. We need to move up, we need to move down. We need the ability to circle back. Probably Boolean. Assume it's default as true. Get pressed item. Okay, let's copy these. Asterisk const bool ampersand cycle down equals true by default, and we'll put no parameter, no return type, move up one in the menu, we'll have another option unsigned int ampersand move amount. By default we'll just say 1, but I don't know, you could jump multiple if you want, I guess. Cycle down, if at the top and if at the top, go to the bottom item, amount of buttons to move, amount for the button selection. I'll copy and paste that. Hey dude, thanks for the job interview advice on Sunday. I appreciate it. Sadly, interviewer was unimpressed with my lack of experience. It's a shame, but just keep applying, keep going. What was, specifically, did they say they wanted more of? Like, what was, I don't think, did you mention what type of job it was? You said programming job, developer job, but you didn't say specific, like, what was the actual job? Like, is there a job description online that I can have a look at, and then I can sort of give you advice on if you are adamant that you want to get something like that and you don't think you have the advice and the experience. It's not just let's say that one employer being a bit iffy, then I can give you advice on where to go, what resources to use. We go to index, menu index. Okay, it's a job experience position. I'm not sure how much experience an apprentice is supposed to have. Not really. Like, what did they say? Like, what experience do you have? And then what did they say? Apprentice has not much. Do you have a portfolio? If you don't, no matter how much experience you have, that's gonna hurt you. Definitely, because I've seen people that have not done a programming degree but have done coding in the spare time, really committed themselves, build up a portfolio, then got a job, a well-paying job. It can be done. It's work, but you circumvent the debt of university. You might already have debt and you're just switching career, but you circumvent more debt, more almost unnecessary qualification. Jump to a particular button. Button index to jump to starts at 0. Can I see which library are you using for this project? Well, some of them if you want to show. Really there's not much to show, because one second, let me close this stuff down. So using SFML, there's this thing for game pads. This is for XML. This is CSV loader, JSON, I mean, this is just a reference of not much of a library, but how to manipulate vectors, remove and take away elements from it. But mainly test4mel, that'll be the one that you're looking for. But the rest of this code is all hours. I'll sort that out. I'll do it now. Jump to index. Jump to index. If index is less than underscore buttons dot size, then we just say underscore current index equals index switch button. That'll be internally void switch update buttons. Okay, so for that, I was just thinking, we got menu, and we got radio button group, and then we got radio button group CPP. Get rid of that as well. Probably get rid of that. In menu, we can remove components, not just add them. In add button group, we can only add buttons. We need to be able to remove components. Forgot all about this. So let's just implement this. I don't see this being as too much of an issue. Remove radio button at a specific index. Move the first radio button, move the last radio button, copy that, paste it here. Okay, so let me might be quicker if I just copy and paste all of this. Is it possible to build your own GUI and how with SFML? Well, if you watch the game stream, the game engine stream, it's literally what I'm doing. I'm building it. Other people have built it as well, but that's what I'm doing now. Okay, a few things I've got to get done here. Okay, remove. I also want to add radio button, something like similar to menu. Override style. Copy and paste it from here. Oh, why I've put it there? Makes no sense. Should be here. Copy and paste this. Hi, how are you? I am good, ZFE. I am good. How are you? What am I gonna do? Okay, so that looks pretty good. We can't get the theme or set the theme specifically, so it is on the assumption that we've already, I guess, set the theme. It's almost like a trickle down effect. I mean, that's fine, we can always add it if we want. What library is in project? Well, we're using SFML. On top of that, we're building our game engine. No library in game engine. I mean, we're using SFML as a framework, underneath it, but then on top of that, we're using our game engine. There's other libraries as well, stuff like loading in XML, CSV, JSON, and some gamepad support as well, or to help with gamepad. It's mainly just the vibration part of the gamepad, but most of it's SFML. Then most of the engine is our stuff on top. Okay, so what was I in the middle of doing? Okay, I need to add the theme as well. While on here. I'm a noob. Can you tell me if I know C++ standard library and SFML? Can you tell me if I know? Do I need to learn something else? Are you asking? I don't get quite what. Yeah. Can you rephrase that question? Raw1 games. Okay, so we got the theme. That should be called add button. Let's fix that. Can't remove any of them yet, so let's implement the removal features. He's asking if there's anything else he needs to know after learning C++, STD, FML, and OpenGL, SFML. I mean, if you know them and you know them well, it's like there's different levels of knowing stuff. It's like, I know SFML. I knew SFML last year. I knew SFML 7 years ago when I first started the SFML tutorial series. But my capabilities are totally different. It depends what you mean by knowing it. If you're like master, I mean like so good that you're one of the best on the planet, I'm not saying you are or you're not, but like let's say if you are, you're pretty golden, to be fair. And you can just top up with the languages or the skills that you need to. But if really just dabbled in, you don't really know much about it. And you know, how much do you know about the theory as well? Another great test called the Feynman Technique is to try and teach the stuff that you know someone. If you're struggling to do it, then you probably don't know it well enough yourself. I know I'm guilty of that sometimes. No, I'll just do it manually. Do not want to start getting mixed up. I'll fix, I need to implement that as well. So remove button. Don't we have that anymore? I should fix these issues that I'm getting. Copy that. I'll fix the errors in a second. Copy that. Should be pretty quick errors to fix, to be fair. Copy that. Give it a build. What is top ID? Param button. You prefer unsigned int over unsigned or uint uint 32 underscore. I mean, It's the one I use. Like, what are your, if you do prefer the others, what are your reasons for preferring them? What is top IDE? See, again, it's like you're looking for the one ultimate thing to learn, and you're not going to find that. It depends what you want to do. If you're on Mac, then Visual Studio is not the IDE because it doesn't run on there. You've got Visual Studio Code, but that's more of an editor with some IDE features. Like, it depends on what you want to do. Your skill level, like, it depends. So you need a bit more context. So like, Android Studio is great for certain things. Visual Studio is great for certain things. You know, I don't use Visual Studio in the place of Android Studio. I don't use Android Studio in the place of Visual Studio. Don't use any of them in the place of Xcode. It depends on what I'm doing. If I'm on Windows, it can't be Xcode. If I'm on Mac, it can't be Visual Studio. I think there is a Visual Studio for Mac now that's not code. Still not very good as far as I'm aware. Last time I tried it, I generally use Xcode or something more specific like Android Studio, for example. Shorter to type, yeah, shorter to type. I mean, once I get used to it, it's something that may be shorter, quicker for me to type. Might be shorter. At the moment, it's not quicker, but it's something that probably would be. We got button group. Currently there's no moving up and down yet. So get pressed item, get current index. That's a pretty simple method to implement. It's literally a single line, implementation, return underscore current index. That's being returned now. That's that done. Don't need this. Don't need that. Got that. Okay, so in here, what we're doing. You don't need to initialize any of that stuff, so really should just be able to grab this. Can I use FML with C# over programming languages? C# does. C++ is the main, what would the terminology, not binary, the binding. But I know there are. I'm pretty sure there is a C# version of it as well. It's FML.net. So yeah, there is another version of it. I mean, I've personally never used it, but there is one for the .NET family, and you know, if that's referring to SFML 2.5, which I think that's the latest SFML, they have it like all updated. So fair enough, fair enough. So yeah, there's other languages right here as well. I mean, another great alternative is SDL. It's a little less user friendly. Simple direct media layer. What OS are you on, ZFE? Because I've got videos covering this, so if you tell me the OS, I'll send you a link on video how to do it. It's another great alternative. I don't know if there's the binding button right here. What we got? Yeah, we got another binding. Yeah. Like I said, this is a bit more less user friendly. It's a bit, I would say, less noob friendly. Need a bit more experience. Done SDL2 before. Want to do more videos on it. Okay, so underscore current index minus move amount is greater than or equal to 0. Minus equals I'm gonna cover that separately. I'll cover that in the update buttons. If I was better than decide for yourself, Lord. No. Are you talking about the language or SDL versus SFML? But yeah, look, Nukebird is right. Like, it depends, what your scenario. If you're talking about SDL versus SFML, depends what you're trying to do. SDL by far has newer code. I mean, it's maintained more. It's used by more big companies such as Valve. They use it for their Windows stuff. Don't know why they just don't make their own company that big. But then again, it's not that user friendly. The documentation for SFML is better. So it's like, choose your voice. Choose your voice. STL versus SFML. STL, you think you're talking about the standard template library in SFML? That's something totally different. That's more just C++ advanced code. SFML is kind of like a game library. You are on my TV here, don't be rude. Don't worry, I will not be. Who else is there? The young family members. For anyone that didn't see, before this live stream, probably about 20 minutes before the live stream started, I did another live stream where I just provided free advice for programming, emulate anything. It was literally just me helping you, obviously, because I'm coding here, I'm helping you a bit as well, but that's literally all it was. So I'll be doing another one tomorrow. It'll be probably like between 3 and 5 p.m. UK time. Check that out, where I'll just be helping you, and I'll actually code stuff and help you with that. Just kidding, they don't understand English. Having stuff SFML, like what OS though, like Windows, Mac, Linux. I need a bit more of that. Read official docs is simple. I don't mind helping, but I just need a bit more. Struggling pointers to pointers. If you post either on the Discord group, somebody will help you. It's a big thriving community, over 2,000 members now, and it is growing. We just went past 2,000 today. it actually won't let me pick it up. So there we go. So if you just join that, post on there, plus like I said, I do a live stream. I'm going to start doing that on a regular basis where I'll actually just specifically help. Okay, let me just get the code for moving down. If plus move amount less than I'm going to wrap up now. Hey, there is pointers to references as well too. Haha. You find tutorials on YouTube. I think even so has tutorials about it. Yes, I do. I say, like, if you tell me what OS, I was just. What is that in my pocket? What is a mask? Or a handkerchief? Yeah, like if you told me specifically what OS, I would link it literally that. Or you can just post it on Discord because I'm literally about to wrap up now for today. Let me update this. 115 46 should be done with up and down tomorrow, and then once that's done, let me put this menu system button group not finished. Okay, so that's the code committed. So after, so on, I want to pin that, should be pinned. Should get that done tomorrow. I mean, that don't sound too difficult. Should get that done tomorrow. That's Wednesday. Is it tomorrow Wednesday? Yes, it is. Thursday should get this done. I mean, by the end, and I mean, I was hoping by the end of this month to get it done. Might even get it done by the end of the next week, depending on the as for now in GUI binding that her linked me. So if I implement that. Could use that for some of the what tool for gear are you using? Looks pretty comfy. Usually I would love to try this too. I know a lot, the first, when I was really using GitHub originally, I actually mainly learned with the command line. But what I'm using is literally the official GitHub one. If you just Google GitHub download, this is called Github Desktop. It's free. That's what I'm doing. You just log in, and you can get it for Mac OS as well. But can you get it for Linux? I don't know. I do not know. I don't know if you can get like something like this specifically for Linux, or you can get like more command line. If you're using Linux, I guess you probably go more command line route. Yeah, that's what I'm using. Okay then, thank you for watching. I will see everyone tomorrow for 2 live streams. One will be where I help people out for coding, emulator, or whatever, finance, live questions. I only have Git Bash and Git GUI. Git GUI thing looks differently. Fair enough. I used to use Git Bash before. Like I said, that was the first thing that I learned. I'm pretty sure it's Git Bash. And I will see everyone tomorrow, and then later on after that, I'll be doing the game engine coding live stream. So yeah, bye bye.